I'm going to talk briefly about my favorite book. My favorite book is A Tale of Two Cities. Now, if you see my book, I've taken a lot of notes in this book. I've read it many, many times. Way back in ninth grade, I didn't like this book when I first had to read it. I read it again in college, liked it a little bit more, and then the more I read it and the more I studied it, the more I loved it. The protagonist, Sidney Carton, he is my favorite. Absolutely love him. He comes from just nothing and he rises up, and I can't tell you the end, but it's just a beautiful ending to a story. And this book touches on so many themes: war, greed, revenge, um, love. And so if you like historical fiction, and even if you read it back in ninth grade and you were like, that book, I remember that book, I hated that book, and you're an adult now, I recommend revisiting the book, but read it slow. If you're in high school now, read it slow. This is not a book that you can read quickly. It is about the French Revolution, but there's a whole side story about a family, a man who's been wrongly imprisoned, and his daughter who didn't even know that he was alive, and she discovers that he's alive, and they rescue him, and then they find out what really happened to him and why he was wrongly imprisoned. And then there's the whole story of revenge and hate, and it goes through the whole French Revolution and the way that Charles Dickens writes the French Revolution with all the figurative language is so beautifully done. So if you haven't read this book, or if you haven't read it in a long time, I recommend giving it a chance. And the character, like I said, of Sidney Carton, where he comes from, hating himself at the very beginning, to becoming a character that's trusted and respected and willing to help others, is just so wonderfully touching. So there you go, my book recommendation for the day. Bye.